What's happening, y'all? This is David Banner. Welcome to the David Banner Podcast. I know we've been gone for a while, y'all, but I've been traveling all around the world. It had some breakups, and had some new business opportunities, movies, cartoons, you name it. Y'all, the office cost so much that I decided to get us a house. So welcome to the Banner Vision compound, y'all. And we're gonna do some cooking. We got a casino downstairs, hot tub. Y'all don't know what we're gonna do up in here. But what I'll tell y'all, it's gonna be dope. It's for the culture. And like we're pushing the culture forward, we're pushing the podcast forward. We'll be right back. The David Banner Podcast. Let's go.
David Banner.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the David Banner Podcast. Y'all, it's been a while. Man, a lot has been going on, man. First of all, I'm finished with the God Box 2. So y'all get ready for that, man. We got everybody on there from Benny the Butcher, Conway, 2 Chainz, Anthony Hamilton. Oh man, it goes Duke Deuce, T.I., Juicy J. It goes on and on. We got a lot of people on there, but it's on its way, y'all. And it's been the toughest album for me to record in my whole entire life, man. Hip hop has changed, the world has changed, and it's just so crazy, man. And I thank y'all for being patient with me with the podcast. We had the podcast in the office, man, and I thought about it. I was like, man, we paying so much for this office, we might as well get a crib. You know what I'm saying? So it's the ABV compound. Y'all gonna see everything this year, y'all. We cooking. We got a casino downstairs. We got a summit for the young men and women to come and talk. It's gonna be some of the craziest shit y'all ever seen in y'all life, man. All in the compound. We might even invite a couple of you all out. There's so much going on right now. I don't know, y'all gonna have to sign some waivers or something, man, because it's getting a little bit too sticky out here, Tommy. But y'all, it's been a crazy year for me, both good and bad. And we're gonna talk about it all on the experience, all on the podcast, all on the TV show, because this is gonna be everything in one. What I will tell you all is that I'm gonna need you all this year. I know y'all like to hear a lot of politics from me, but what I'll tell y'all is I'm sick of talking. It's time to start doing. You know, we have enough spending power, we have enough political power, we have enough man and woman power to do anything we want. So the first example is I want a farm, I want some farmland, I want us to start growing our own food. Right now we're putting together a plan to make that happen. So all this talking about what we can do and how people treat us, I'm done with that shit. Let's go get it done. So I'm gonna need some of y'all. So we also need very talented people. So if you a producer, if you a DP, if you do makeup, if you're modeling, whatever you think your talent is, you hit us up at info@abannervision.com. Again, that's info@abannervision.com. Tommy, if you're real spiffy, put it right here. All right. And the other thing is, y'all, we have something very big that's going to shift culture as a whole. And I need y'all to sign up right now so we can hit y'all with the mailing list. It's at davidbanner.com. You make sure you go there, the same place where y'all bought all the hats and the shirts and the merch. That's still there, but sign up for the mailing list. It's very important. Y'all stay tuned. This is the David Banner Podcast. We'll be right back.
Dave Anderson is passionate about helping our people get out of the rat race and into entrepreneurship. You've seen him on The Breakfast Club, Forbes, Black Enterprise, CNN, and Fox News, spitting facts on business and entrepreneurship for our people. He's generated over $54 million for his clients last year, and he wants to help you grow your business. Go to thebusinessbully.com. That's TheBusinessBullY.com and connect with an amazing group of people that can help you start, grow, and expand your business. You don't have to worry about the recession when you control your income. Head to thebusinessbully.com right now and sign up for his Inner Circle Boot Camp. You'll get top-notch training, access to marketing, and a list-building software, and 24/7 support and more for one low price. And check him out at thebusinessbully.com. Once again, David Anderson, thank you for your support. This is the David Banner Podcast.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the David Banner Podcast, y'all. I'm honored. It's been a while. We here. Y'all, we're in the compound. It's the ABV compound. Like I told y'all before, we said instead of spending all that money on the office, we might as well acquire a space that's ours. So we got a home for all of y'all, and hopefully some of y'all will get an opportunity to visit us. Y'all, this is the play space. This is the playroom. It's just a collection of stuff that I love from all over the world. And y'all know how much I love my people and how much I love black folks. So it's hard, man, to find us in some of these spaces, especially comic books and toys and stuff like that. So, like, y'all, I got pieces from all over the world. I got, Angela Davis on the cover of Life magazine. I always thought Panthro from the Thundercats was a black man, so he's still that to me. We got Regina, we got Sally, we got me, we got movies I've been in. We got the first Snoop Dogg, I don't like to say dog, I like to say action figure. And then I also have, Tommy was tripping over the Dennis Rodman piece. We got Nipsey Hussle. Y'all, I tell y'all something that really means something to me. Most of the time when people think of rappers, they think, somebody would hand you some weed or give you a drink. And a lot of them have handed me weed and passed me a drink, but it was crazy. The first thing Nipsey Hussle ever gave me was the 22 Immutable Laws of Brandon. And here it go. And if you think I'm capping, here go the first page. To David Banner, much love, bro, 100. Nipsey Hussle, that's what he gave me. The marketing book. And he was a marketing genius. So, that's what this space means to me, is black creativity. And then also pieces from my childhood. I was really into Voltron, so I have every form of Voltron that Voltron came in. I got the cast iron Voltron, I got the plastic Voltron, I got the Voltron when they were cars. I actually was going to try to acquire the black superhero Sunman, and then found out that the Masters of the Universe had already done it. Is that right there, Tommy? We got the Doctor Strange poster from when, actually people don't know this, ABV did the release party for Doctor Strange on the first movie, in Atlanta at least, the Constructicons. Something that a lot of people trip on was that I got the actual Wheaties boxes with Wheaties still in them from back in the day with Michael Jordan. Me and Jazzy Faye at one time were slated to be the co-presidents of Stax Records, so I got some Stax Record stuff back there. Some white people, they faxed the lyrics to Play, and I actually lost that job from the lyrics from my song Play. So one girl, Try to Get Your Pussy Wet, kept me from $1 million, but it's all good. I made it back on publishing. But yeah, this is what this room is. And so this is one of the places we're going to shoot at. Me and Tommy said, in actuality, we're going to do all the serious stuff in the playroom. It's going to be a juxtaposition. So y'all get ready for that. Y'all, one of the things I want to talk about real quick, because this is just a holiday episode, just to tell y'all that the David Banner Podcast is coming back. And again, y'all make sure y'all sign up for the mailing list on davidbanner.com. To just let y'all know that we coming back. I'm talking about TV, movies, cartoons. I got something really, really special that's coming up, and I'm gonna need as many people to work as I can get. Y'all can go to info@abannervision.com. Let us know what you do. Send your resumes, send your clips. Let us see what you do, and you might be able to give you a job for what we're doing next year. But one of the things that we wanted to talk about was mental health. Yeah, I know it's getting colder, and one of the things a lot of people don't talk about when they talk about mental health is how the weather and how the seasons affect the way that you feel. And especially black men, black women too, but especially black men, we're taught to pull ourselves by our bootstraps, up by our bootstraps, and a lot of times we don't even have no boots on. You know what I'm saying? And we don't admit that we're not feeling good. You know, these last couple of years been some of the hardest years for me. I had a brain injury, and they told me to stop working. I actually was supposed to sit in the dark room with glasses on. I was doing podcasts. We did the Thurgood Marshall annual fundraiser. Like, I did all of that work when I wasn't supposed to have been thinking at all. And I think I really strained myself. And so when it comes to even being able to hold thoughts sometimes, like, y'all, this pressure that we have on us in America is not fair and it's not right. And if you need help, go get you some help. I remember I did a verse for Shaq about 2 months ago. I don't know if he ever put it out, but I said on the verse, Shaq, brother, are you okay? I know you just had a surgery, because I saw him, he was going to cover basketball like in another country for 2 weeks. I was like, bro, I know personally you just had a surgery, bro, and like you about to go and handle some of the stuff that you handled. He had just had like 2 deaths in the family. I think his son had just had surgery, or something had just happened to his son. And I was like, Shaq, bro, are you okay? And even though it was a verse, I meant that. And sometimes, you know, as celebrities, sometimes as dudes in the streets, or, you know, women that are strong and people know that they handle their business, we don't get the benefit of the doubt. People don't really care if we hurting or if we weak. You know, they just care about the services or however they can benefit off us. Well, I'll tell you, if you need to sit on that couch and go talk to that therapist, go talk to that therapist. If you need to go to the doctor or you need to call somebody, Mr. Moody taught me something, y'all, and I got to be 1,000 with y'all. I never really talked to my friends. I never really confided in my friends, because coming up in the streets of Jackson, you don't know how long people going to be your friends. So you got to be careful about the information that you give people. Am I right? You know what I'm saying? Because I found in my life, your best friends and your family and the people that's closest to you, those are the ones that, number one, feel like you owe them the most, and 2, have the most information to hurt you. Most of the people, at least in my life, that has ever really hurt me are people who feel like I owed them something. Or something, or they felt like they deserved a piece of what I worked hard for. And no matter what I gave them, it was never enough. So those are the people that hate you the most. I had somebody in my family one time tell me it was supposed to be me. And I was like, huh? You know, so when we talking about mental health, man, like, y'all go get that help. I'm gonna tell y'all something else somebody told me, and then we're gonna move to the next topic. If you really, really need mental health, like, it's hard for you to heal yourself, because a lot of times if it's dealing with your brain, you don't know that you're the one that got the problem. So sometimes, man, like the switch in your personality or your behavior, you know, you may not know the extent in which it's hurting other people. So it's hard for you to check yourself. It's hard for you to regulate yourself if you're inside of yourself. So talk to your people, man. Like Mr. Moody told me, he's like, man, do you talk to your friends? And I was like, nah. He was like, go and talk to them and see what happened. And I went and talked to some of my friends and let them know what was really going on with me. And it seemed like they was waiting on me to talk to them, because they started saying, man, I'm going through the same shit, bro. I've been going through that for 4 or 5 years. Another thing that I want to say around this time of the year, go get your blood work checked. And I don't mean for that pack or just for that pack. I ain't just talking about chlamydia and herpes and that super pack. Now I'm talking about really going to get your blood checked to see, you know, what's really going on inside of you. Like, I I found out there's some things that were going on in my blood that I didn't even know about. That, there were just certain types of workouts, certain vitamins, certain vegetables, like could help me be better, but I never got my blood work checked to that extent. So like let them do a full run on your blood and see what's going on in your body so you can figure out some ways, hopefully some natural ways to help yourself. I'll tell y'all something else really quick, man. On the low, shit, I got COVID 4 times since the last time I talked to y'all. And it's been the craziest thing because I know what I feel about that situation. And to a certain degree, I really think that's one of the reasons why, it's hard for y'all to find me sometime on Instagram because of some of my opinions on COVID. And Tommy, the craziest thing in the world, all that stuff that people thought I was crazy about, people see it in the world now. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I talked about them bats, they laughed me. They laughed at me until it came out on CNN, and nobody came back and said, hey, David Banner was right about that. I told y'all about some of the rights they were going to try to take away from y'all, but that's neither here or there. What I'll tell y'all, though, before we go to break is this year, instead of complaining and talking about what people are doing, let's find out how we can create it and do it ourselves. If people are not acting right, people are not doing right, then buy your own. J.R. Smith said it, and I was talking to J.R. Like, why don't NBA players have like their own training facilities? All that money that we make, and nobody has a training facility that they own that we can let them kids train in. Why when the NBA players are not training in, or that we can just create and let the kids train in, and like it don't take but 4 or 5 of us. And the crazy thing, I say this: some people who had that amount of money, because I know how a lot of my homies are who got that kind of money. They don't trust people. Okay, but it don't take but 6 or 7 of us. And in most cases, it could be a tax write-off. Like we have the opportunity and we have enough people in America to get some of these things that we needed done.
In life, we will fail countless times. The key to success is to use each failure as a stepping stone. One of my favorite quotes is by Marianne Radmacher, and it simply reads, "Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow."
Shout out to the McBride sisters. We always try to highlight a black business, give some black folks some love. I'm very impressed with the sisters. They were 2 sisters who didn't grow up together. They end up finding out about each other, getting into each other's life. I hope I got the story straight. And they end up opening up a beverage company. I support them. I appreciate them, y'all. This is a special campaign they did with Black Girl Magic. They did some bubbly Riesling. So here you go, the McBride sisters. Much love. All right, y'all. So this is a short episode. I want y'all to know that I love y'all. We're at the ABV compound in the playroom right now. We're going to show y'all some other parts of the compound soon. We're going to have Chef to come over and cook for y'all. Hopefully, if y'all sign off, because everybody getting a case right now, if y'all sign off, a few choice people could come over to the compound and see what Tommy got going on, just while he's shooting. Tommy's a dedicated, brother. But no, we're going to show y'all the rest of the compound soon, especially the casino is really special. Y'all, we have a very important part of the podcast that we're going to do soon that I really take serious, that we're going to do with the youth. So y'all stay tuned for that. It's coming up really soon. Shout out Kia. Thank you for coming up with the idea. All right, y'all. So I want to tell y'all about something really quick before we go. God Box 2 is about to come out, and I want to tell y'all what took it so long. Some people are saying that this one is 2-3 times. I personally think it's 2-3 times better than the first God Boxing. Charlamagne said that the first God Box may have been one of the best rap albums ever. I believe so, but I believe this one is better. We got everybody from Method Man, Tip, Juicy J, Anthony Hamilton, Conway, Benny the Butcher, man, who else we got on there? 2 Chainz, Akeem Ali. There's a lot of people on there, man. And the thing that I want to talk about is just like music in general and just the responsibility that we have to just raise our people. You know, one thing that I tell people, and I think I sort of stand in the middle, because I told one of the biggest rappers this in history about us trying to shut the door that we walked in. Like, there's no way that I would ever criticize or try to criticize a person who walked through the door the same way I did. Now, do I think in some cases we can do better? Do I think sometimes we go overboard and sometimes we need to be checked or our coattail needs to be pulled? Fuck yeah. But what I do believe is that the general population needs to take some of the responsibility. I mean, because the real truth is, if you want these rappers to do better, then you buy better. Everybody out here know that these kids trying to get money. That's the reason and the way that these big companies manipulate these children, because they know these children, they looking for a way to get out the hood. So if you would reward them as general consumers, if you would reward them for being conscious, then they would be conscious rappers. Buy some conscious fucking music. You know? We said, well, Cyrock is out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a million rappers out there that's doing their thing, you know? Rhapsody is out there. Like, if you want to support some music, it's some young ladies out there that's doing their thing. If that's what you into, then go buy it. And these children will want to do better, and they will copy it. When Public Enemy and A Tribe Called Quest and Outkast and Souls of Mischief and groups like that, when they were selling, then some of the hardest people on this planet was rocking Africa chains and medallions, wasn't he? You know what I'm saying? Some of the hardest cats I know in New York, God bodies. You know what I'm saying? Or on the corner preaching positivity, and as soon as they get off the mic, they went to the block. You know? So what I'll say is our responsibility to, because I hate when we fight each other. You know? And it's okay for us to have dialogue, but there's other people that's in those equations. How is it that they talk about rap music and we don't hold not one white executive to task? Not one of them. You know, all of these white blogs. I know one situation where me and a rapper got into it real bad. Y'all didn't know how bad it had got, and me and him end up getting on the phone and him realizing, like, bro, like, that wasn't even about you. But what he said, man, is that we heard all the blogs and we heard all the people, and, you know, we thought that's what you meant, but I didn't say it. In a lot of cases, the white blogs were the ones that said it. But then the other crazy thing, Tommy, how you ever noticed this? How many black or so-called black places that are connected with hip hop ever praise hip hop artists? Even the blogs and even the websites and even the media conglomerates that are supposed to be hip hop or talk about hip hop, they never praise hip hop. Or when somebody in hip hop does something right, you barely ever see them praise the artist. So what that does again to the children are so much smarter now. They just like these media companies. They don't care about whether it's right or wrong. They just care about what? Eyeballs. So if you're going to give your eyeballs to bullshit, and that's where the money is bullshit, and that's where you paying, that's who you giving the stories to, then they going to run to the bullshit. So if you really care, stop paying. Like, I'll give you an example, Tommy. I watch when I go down the red carpet. They'll ask a rapper who they know don't know shit about politics. And they'll ask him something about politics. You know this kid don't know nothing about politics. Right. not even from an intelligence standpoint, but just even his age in a lot of cases, and you never heard him. You know, they're not saying that they're not kids or they're not people who can't hold that space. But if you have never seen that person talk that way and you have never given them credit for nothing but negative shit that spew out their mouth, how you gonna ask them about something that weighs so much in our community? And if you care about black people, you wouldn't put that question or that responsibility on somebody that you know don't know the answer. White people don't put their leaders in positions to fail. So they're not gonna ask Trump a question that they know he can't answer because he represents them. So why would you put that kid in that position too? That's just as much the media conglomerate's fault as it is the person who couldn't answer the fucking question. And it really ain't their possibility. I mean, it really ain't their responsibility because they never told you. They always told you they was a hustler. Or they always told you they was trapping. They never told you they was a politician. And then the people who can articulate it and that can answer the question, you spend more time asking them bullshit. So, yeah, that's that. That's how I feel about that. Y'all, we've been gone for a while. We're coming back strong. We're coming back new. We're pushing the culture forward. My name is David Banner. I love y'all. Y'all keep it tight. Make sure you go to davidbanner.com. Sign up. Again, the God Box 2 is coming out. What I was going to tell y'all about the God Box 2, it was one of the hardest records that I've ever recorded in my life. Because when I recorded it, the first God Box was meant to be about when we were connected to the Most High, when we were connected to the people and connected to the land. Then the transatlantic slave trade happened. We were disconnected from the land, disconnected from the people. And even if we were connected to the land at the time, our heritage was taken away, our mind was wiped, and we are what we are now. And the God Box 2, the first God Box was the God album. The second God Box album was God having a human experience. Although we are disconnected from God, God is still in us, trying to find his or her way back to the essence. And then the third God Box was going to be us returning back to the essence, but now being a human and understanding that experience. So when I made the second God Box, it was from the perspective of where our people are right now. And then society changed. And I didn't know if I wanted that kind of album out right now, where our people are, where music is, where politics is, you know, where we are with AI. That's something that we're going to talk about because we're moving into a period that if we're not ready for it, and I'm going to talk to y'all about that, man. Like, we putting ourselves in boxes that we might be able to get out for hundreds of years if we don't approach this artificial intelligence situation the right way. I just went to one of the biggest conventions, or I think the biggest convention. I'm sure it's the biggest convention for black people in technology. And to find out that we a little less than 2% of the people in Silicon Valley and all of these choices are being made about artificial intelligence and we don't have nothing to say, you know, or we're not in the room. And Jason Maiden, one of my really close friends, one of my closest friends in the industry, he said something that made me start getting more in tune with AI, because at first I was like, fuck that shit. But Jason Maiden said AI is like a child, and the child is going to act like whoever raises it. So if you are not in to programming and being a part of what's going into artificial intelligence at the beginning stages, then what it becomes when it's grown up is going to be a reflection of the people that paid attention to it when it was a child. So I was like, fuck. Let me start jumping in, whether I agree with this or not, let me start jumping in on artificial intelligence early. And it's crazy, I feel like a child again. You know, to be in a room and not know the people, for a lot of people to not know me, you know, and for me to literally have to learn again, but be in those spaces and be proud of who I am and what I represent was amazing. So y'all gonna see our company as a whole move in ways that y'all would have never believed it to move, and y'all could be a part of that. Make sure you go to davidbanner.com, sign up. Make sure you email us your talent at info@urbannavision.com. Again, my name is David Banner. Tommy is in the back shooting. Corey is somewhere mixing. And we doing our things. Shout out to Scott. Shout out to Salih. Shout out to Regina. Shout out to Karan. Shout out to the whole crew. We love y'all. Kia, Aisha, everybody on the West Coast, our people in Europe. Yeah, we love y'all. Let's go. David Banner Podcast.